Hey everyone, and welcome to our second episode of Saelig. I've been playing this. I think I have 43 hours in the last 2 weeks since the newest update. And I just want to cover some of the things that tips and tricks. The first half is going to be going through the family. Some of the families, how I manage my own family, and then children once they're born, your heirs. And then the second half will be on running a business, caravans, trade routes, trading between your businesses like your fields or mills or merchant house to your different production businesses like bakeries and things like that. In my case, it is a bakery. So right now I'm doing one rental property, which I've upgraded, the bakehouse and the trading post. But we'll talk about those later. We'll also talk about finding a job and then buying what's available. And as you notice, as the years go by, other different types of properties will become available. Some barren, some actually built or populated. This is a simulator in the early, I don't even know what the time period. What is it? 881 AD. So if that's something you're interested into, some of the titles would be like Guild, the Guild series, just off the top of my head. And quite a few others, and I do play these. So this is just one that I like to cover along with my regular program for my normal streaming. So I'm shooting this live, going to be recording it and then making it available on Steam. So I won't have any benchmarking because I'm not doing any video editing. So the first thing we'll talk about is the family. We do have a baby on the way. You can name the child. In this case, it's going to be Bella. It's a female. I was hoping for a male, but we'll keep trying. And then I also adopted a child who's 12 who can work, but they work at a half wage, and you do have to pay them. I also discovered that you can give, just going through relationships, you can give other people properties. That's something that you might be interested in. So if you've got a particular worker and they're constantly getting sick and not going to work and you still have to pay them half their wage, you can actually buy them property. So that's something else you can talk about later. I did cover the buffs. These are just some of the few. You do get buffs for like foods and charms, things like that. And just upgrading your beds can get good sleep and healthy mind. Eating, has buffs in foods as well. So that's what's going on with that. So right now, currently I have my wife running the... and you can do it just by assigning them directly when you do a hire. I hired my wife to run the trading post. So you can see right now she is asleep. They're working, that working hour is, you can see 6:30 to 2 p.m. And I have one cart. One thing I wanted to talk about, and we'll do that now, is so the cart, once you upgrade it to a caravan status, you actually get these options down here. You can send the cart, and you can tell it where to move. You can also tell it the resources. You can request resources and turn that on. So it'll actually collect resources in the warehouse. You can buy a second cart on the warehouse to actually and upgrade that to a horse, which will deliver those resources that you're buying as soon as they come in directly to your businesses. So what I will have, and I haven't done that yet, but I'll have the second cart actually taking stuff straight to the warehouse, or to the bakery, sorry, right here. And it'll do that until it's full. And then once it's full, it'll just sell it either to the market or you can have it returned back to the trading post. So I have 3 workers, including my daughter. Here's her. She works for half wages. And that's working out fine. That's actually developing some skills for her. If, once she has her own property and starts, gets married and working on her own further down, through the gameplay. Have the cart set up. I do have AI on. You do have options. You can tell it what to make, what you want the workers to work on. I did do the advanced upgrade. So I can do the meat pies and the fish cakes. You can set how much you're wanting to spend. If it buys, you can set that to 0 if you're producing everything on your own, and then just set the cart to go to your businesses for goods, which is nice. So you could actually flip everything back to the trade post, because we'll talk about the trading post, which is nice. That gives you, we're not ready to talk about that yet. In the trading post, through the upgrades, you can actually get a 10% increase in your sales by selling directly from the trading post. So that's pretty significant. And there's the additional cart that we'll be buying. I'll actually do that on this stream. Actually, I'll just do that now. And then as we start gathering funds, we will work on that cart, and you notice it's tiny, so we'll go ahead and we'll start upgrading that up to a horse level. So that's going to come. So I'm going to unpause the game. Let this bad boy fly. Sorry for the long-winded introduction, but that is how I typically do my streams for these types of games. I don't know. So I did get an upgrade in status. We can talk a little bit about notable families. Right now, my score is 24,000-ish, and the top one is of 30,000. So I'm starting to get in there. I'm starting to get some, let's say, ill feelings towards me from other business owners that are fighting for power or just trying to sell their goods. So there's been a little bit of arson going on, back and forth. So I've had to get fire protection, because they will try to burn your properties down, and burning properties is pretty cool. And actually, I'm going to show you the other trading post that's in town. We're going to set fire to that thing. It's right here. When the guards go away, I can show you just how this is the competitor that's getting irritated with me, and there's the family. They're not too happy. So, and as you notice, I did talk about it, but it wasn't showing up because it was too early in the game. You can actually apply for a job directly from the business, or you can do it through here and find a job, and it'll show you all the available jobs if you are not wanting to run your own business and just do daily work for someone else. So if I confuse my thoughts, I apologize. I was asleep and just woke up. So I'm a little bit tired. And I didn't realize my camera is blocking and I didn't know the camera was on. But you guys can't see the little icons on the side, so I apologize for that. But everything I'm mentioning is on there. They're just basically hotkeys and icons to each of the markets and other buildings. Markets will be at the top, and merchant camps, and military camps. And then everything down below is your properties plus find a job and buy new. So when you see me clicking over in this area over here, I apologize, but it is what it is. I don't feel like tabbing out and doing the camera, so let's check in on my guy. He's fully rested up. Jim is doing great. So let's click on our property and go to our house. And we'll get him up. And he works the shop, the trading post during the night, and my wife works it during the day. So that keeps it going 24/7 around the clock. That helps keeping that income flowing in. So the first thing I'm going to do is in the house we have, let's see, we've got these items, and I want to go ahead and I want to butcher this meat. So I'm going to click on that and say do work, and we're going to have him work on that meat. And we're going to, since we have the other cart, I guess I should have said that this is going to include both family and my wife or your spouse. Reproducing, as I said in the first episode, is based on your skill level. If you want to see that, you basically just click on information, and it's under the reproduce score. So just repeatedly doing the action with your spouse. By right-clicking on it, you can select the lovemaking, and even when she's pregnant, because it'll continue to raise her happiness, and your score goes up, so it's going to become less of a chore to try to have a child later on. But anyway, while he's working on that meat, I'm going to click on the bakehouse just to make sure that the car AI is doing its job. We've got barley over here. We've got wheat. In the trading house, or trading post rather, we want to make sure that our cart is in fact doing its job, since she is not at work yet. So kind of have to wait for a few clicks in time. But as you can see, I can, from here in the bottom, and I'll make sure you can see that good. I can actually manually send them to the bakehouse or anywhere I want, and tell that to offload. I can tell it to go to if I want to manually buy things. Like I say, offload and return home. If there's some things you want to pick up there, you just send it there. You just go to. And then with distant lands, if I didn't have, so you have to go in and you got to turn the option for buying off in the automation. Or no, where was that? Gotta forget. It's killing me. Is that in here? And I apologize. You can adjust your employees' wages as well. Where is the option? Boy, this is pretty stupid. Yeah, you're a real pro here. Where I put want items. I can't remember where I got that. Oh, am I in the bakery? That might be the problem. Go back to the trading post. Maybe I had the wrong cart. Click on that one. No, I got the right cart. You can do the caravan. Oh, there it is. I'm sorry. I'm just not looking at the icon. You can set up the caravan. These are the available lands, and they're far off. And they'll show you what common items they have, and then also high demand items. You can also set the gold to how much silver you want them to leave with. If you fill the cart with what you want to sell, they'll also buy and sell, and they'll stay there longer, trading back and forth, and it tells you how many days it is for each one and what they're looking for. So mostly what I've seen so far has just been these items. I'm hovering and it's not really showing me what they are. I know this is leather, and that's either wheat or barley, wood and fish. I think these are pearls, but we're not going to do that. I want to see if this will actually go out And I don't think it will, because there's no AI. I think it's people can sell directly to the trading post with the items that I want to buy. And I can't remember where I saw that screen, which is kind of stupid. Oh, where did I see that? Wanting to buy. To here, upgrades, sell building. Sorry about that. Nope. That's pretty pathetic of me. That's just showing me sell goods skill. I don't think I want to see that. I was just there too. Well, we'll probably, I'll hit it. Well, resources. God, gee, Merry Christmas. Resource request. Jeez. We get those. That's the wheat and the barley. Wheat flour, barley flour, and those are it, because I'm collecting everything else for the bakery on my own. I harvest it myself, including the meat. So, God, that was difficult. So you just want to make sure you have the funds in there, because as you can see, people are actually selling that to me now. So you want to keep an eye on that, because it is spending money. Same thing with your AI or your other businesses. You want to make sure that you can afford what you're adjusting to. And it'll actually auto adjust to the total amount you have. And the reason I bring that up is that, and I'm watching chat just to make sure if there's any questions, feel free to ask. If you run out of funds and midnight rolls around, your employees will quit. They will leave. And they'll also decrease their reputation with you. And just another note on, if you decide to kick an orphan out that you adopted, they instantly become your enemy. So as they grow up, they're going to be potentially causing you grief down the road. So some of the options for your cart, you can have it periodically leave. You could say when full, or you could say never, which basically just turns the cart off with loading goods. You can have your cart go to other businesses or markets. Right now I have other businesses because I only want things being sold at the trade house to get that 10% bonus. And then if your business doesn't need the goods, you can also tell it where to go. And that's where it's going to come in handy for the cart at the trade house to get things to move back over to the bakery. It should start doing it automatically anyway, but we'll find out. So that covers that. Still waiting for people to wake up, so we're going to speed up time a little bit. And let's check in on Razor, or Jim. I just want to make sure that... Okay, he's still making meat. So we're going to speed up time a little bit. It's raining now, so it's a little noisy. Oh, I'll show you one of these charms. This is actually a product you get from meat. You can go back to normal time. I can click on his profile page, put the charm in there, and watch. You gain random knowledge about anything you don't know, or you'll increase by 1 if it hits something you do know. So it's completely random chance. You never know what you're gonna get. You're gonna get. As he produces this stuff, we're gonna put it in there. So as you can see, 12 o'clock or 11 o'clock rolled around, and I just paid wages. So that's why I didn't upgrade the cart right away and use all my funds, because I did not want to be broke. And he needs to run over and start running the trade house. So let's go over and have him do just that. Double click. Trading post. I hate the fact that there's this big tree that I can't cut down. On that. Drives me crazy. But he will now run over and he'll still post up here at the trade house. So we'll speed up time. One thing about your if you give someone something like a coat, you might not see them wear it, but eventually what will happen is they'll actually throw it in their storage, and then when winter comes, they will actually start to equip those items. So if you put swords in here, or bows, coats, you know, any kind of herbs, things like that, throw them into the inventory for the house that they live in, and they will use them. That goes for anybody you're friends with. For gift giving, you can see the smart trading bonus right there. And you can see my status of nutrition, and my buffs are starting to wear down. But I am making money. So just note that, like for coats and things like that, don't freak out when they're you see them not wearing them, or they took them off, because they probably stored it in their house. Alright, so as long as we have items here and we're not overly exhausted here, and we're just kind of waiting, we want to make sure that I can only have one employee here because I haven't expanded to slots. She won't go to work. So I'm kind of watching the time here as we're advancing. Make sure that we do get that shift rotation. I also check my other businesses to make sure they're not on fire. It's fairly new. Someone set the bakery on fire. You can see the season is summer. There's 3 days left. Remember, I set the seasons up on a 5-day. So 5 full days makes up a season. And 1 complete rotation of that equals 1 year. And that is adjustable when you set up the game. Alright, it's getting kind of close. I'm going to flip him off. We'll go slow down time here. We'll send him back home. So let's click on him. Let's go to the house and tell him to eat. And then we'll have him go to sleep. And I think I forgot to take the meat off of me because I'm stupid. I'm gonna have him detour over to here. We'll make sure he's running. As you can see, it's a double click, and down here in the bottom, I'm pointing like you can see, that he is running over there. If you're just joining in, feel free to ask questions. If you've never played the game, or if you do play, and you see something I'm doing wrong, feel free to call me out. Because I am definitely, I mean, I've been playing the game a long time. It has been in development since 2017. But there are still things I learn all the time. So now we'll have him go eat. We put the meat in the bakery. It actually goes into the meat pie recipe. And then obviously fish go into fish cake. So next shift we'll probably send him to the send him fishing. Eggs are harvested. If you're wondering how to get eggs, they're harvested from these little hoops. Usually there's like horses or something around them. You just right click on them and say forage, just like you would any other resource. If you hit the tab key, you can actually see them. You'll see the egg icon. In this view, you can't rotate the map. At least I have not figured out a way in any of the hotkeys. So So it, it is what it is. But you can scroll in and scroll out, but when you do, it's going to take you to that area. And you can move with the AWS key and AWSD and see where all the different resources. So these are fruit trees, vegetables. They do go in and out of season, so you want to be alert to that. You'll see the different icons. This is the church. And you can click on any one of these and it'll tell you what it is. It's a corral. Fields. These are for like raising and anything you don't, if you have a question, you can always click on the wiki and you can find that information here, like businesses. If you're interested in a corral, you just click on that and it'll tell you what they do. So you can produce here, you can do the coop, you can have pigs, yada, yada, yada. And then it shows you all the upgrades. So that's something that was in the latest update, which is pretty nice. And now they're actually working on updating the wiki with some of the new features. And it shows me the population, which is kind of cool. I just noticed that. So there's 105 people here and more coming every day. So let's go ahead and speed time back up, which you cannot do from here. You have to use the minus equals. And my wife should now take over the trading post, and she has. And I want to see if they start buying these resources. I'm curious to see if that just applies to the cart, because there are no trade routes right now. There's only caravans. And if I'm missing that and I'm incorrect, and someone knows that there are trade routes, by all means, let me know. Because I have not seen it. Alright. So when you have items in there, you can click on the, oh wow, we're really kicking butt here on sales. If you have items in your cart, you can click on compare and it'll actually show you all the different markets you can reach, except for the caravan locations, and show you the comparison prices. Oh wow, she really sold a lot of stuff. It's awesome. Keep up the good work, hon. Check on the bakery. They're still making barley bread. I can take control back over from AI if I don't like what he's doing. Sometimes the cart will wait until they completely exhaust the resources before they start working again. So that's something I'm keeping an eye on, and that's why I'm going to be starting to upgrade that other cart, which we're going to do now. Slow time back down. Wow, where did I just go? Teleport. Crazy. Start upgrading this cart. Get it to horse status. First one's 300. And then 600. And now I have... So I can send that on a caravan as well now. That's 2 carts. But the only reason I did that is I want to see if... I don't think I can. I don't think I can send him to the other business. I don't think that option is built into the trading house. So, but at least I have 2 carts. And you can see my bakery just dumped off 24 wheat bread, which is cool. But yeah, I don't see where there's no AI like to tell it what options to do. And the only one for her is to cancel the selling option. So no, I don't think you can do that with the warehouse. So that was something I was hoping for, to get things like that when this started filling up with wheat. We'll see what happens. But I think everything here sells directly, which is kind of a bummer. Because I have no control, it just sells everything. So that might have been a bad move, even though I want to buy them. That might be something that I bring up with Jamie. Jamie is the developer of this game, by the way. It's a single developer, believe it or not, that did all of this. He's done a really good job. So, since that doesn't really do what I want it to do, I'm just going to go ahead and show you how a caravan works. I'm going to send it out. No, we don't want to move cart. We want caravan. We're going to send it with... That's interesting, because they want barley too. But first, before we do that, I'm going to load the cart with... Oh, what happened to the meat? We're going to load that with fish because we can easily gain those back. And we're not going to send it with any money. I only am interested in selling the fish. So we're going to send the caravan. We're going to find out who's in high demand, and it's going to be the first one. 3 days travel. When you fill it with gold, if you send it with gold, it instantly takes it out of your budget. So just be aware of that. We're going to send it with nothing. We're just going to sell fish. Now you'll see the travel time and then the budget. If I want to return him home, say I made a mistake, you can recall the cart, which is good. And then we'll click back on the trading post. You can see the cart left. It's heading off to Never Never Land. No idea where that is. But it actually goes off the edge of that. It's kind of cool. You can watch it drive away. If that's something you get a kick out of. I don't even know which card I sent. I don't think it was that one. No. I hope I didn't send the wrong card. I don't think I did. No, I sent the right one. It's this one. And there he goes. Driving away. You can see the fish in there. And drive out the front gate. These are like waylay points, so if you're going to be a criminal and you want to waylay, you can set up you can set people there stationary, or you can create what are they called? Let's pause this real quick. I want to show that off because that's kind of cool. Let me just upgrade a plot because I'll show you, because I can't remember the name of them. If I change that, and you could change buildings too. Plots can be changed, and you can sell them as well. But you can upgrade with these materials, and I couldn't... A den. So I can fill this den, and I can hire people to do my dirty work for me. So I could build a den out in the wilderness, just by buying a wilderness plot. And then start to smash... And I only need a small plot. And I can actually start whacking people. Or doing waylay, or... there's another family coming in. But yeah, I can literally start making money just by robbing these carts. And it's pretty busy. You can see all kinds of them coming through here. So you can rob people blind. Get rid of that. I don't want to buy that. Alright, well hopefully he doesn't lose his fish. We'll double check our trading post. Oh, now they are make good. We got one worker on that. Let's check in on those folks. My guy's still tired. Why is he tired? Oh, I forgot to put him to bed. That was dumb. Hold on. Let me do that real quick. Sleep. Alright, he'll go to sleep. I want to go back to the bakery. Some of the buildings have interiors. Some of the buildings have multiple layers. like the tavern. And you'll see down in here, there'll be a number field. You can go 1, 2, or 3 to interact, like if you're want to socialize with somebody. And you'll see, like in the tavern, once it's been upgraded. But I could have had him come here and supervise, but since he's like dead tired and it's already halfway through the day, I'm not going to do that. But you can watch him work. I did upgrade this thing to the comfortable work. It didn't change the settings, but when the look of the building when I upgraded it, which is called not advanced baking, but comfortable work conditions. But it did change when I added the additional shelving, which is kind of cool. I got this second set of shelves, and it also changed the house, or maybe it was just the house. I can't remember. Let's go back to the house. Take a look here, because I had a loft on the large house too. Yeah, it was this one for sure. It added the whole second floor. But within a single view. Like, we can show you the tavern. I know I'm kind of scouting around here. Hopefully you'll be able to make sense of this one if you're watching later on. If I go to the tavern, just swing over here. If they have it upgraded. Yeah, if I go to the ale house, here you can see, so there's view 1, view 2, and view 3. So hopefully that makes a little bit of sense. When you're interacting, because your character can do different things. It can you can beg, dance, you can entertain, and you'll play an instrument. Kind of interesting, just a lot of features to do. I showed you how to do item notification here for any item. I can compare prices. I can see how well my bakery's doing versus my competitor. Or just the other markets, rather. Which tells me that I'm basically feeding the demand of the people. Or at least both of us together, we're not saturating the market. If that makes sense. Because if we saturate the market, all the prices start driving down. So let me think here. Got another military camp. What demands do they have? Of course they do. They want oats and fruit. It's usually the same things that they demand. But it does change. Let's check on our trading post. So it's already closed. So right now he's dead tired, but when he gets out of that, I'm going to send him over to take her place. Oh, by the way, she's pregnant again. As soon as she delivered, I immediately made another kid. So I'm hoping that that's a male, and that we can have the heir. But if it lets me have a female heir, I'll pick the female because she'll be the oldest. So, and she's got more skill to take over this business. So, at least for the bakery, because I've been teaching her skills. Plus, she's learning on her own as she works. Why is he not assigning her another job? So this is why I kind of like to watch the AI, just to see what it does. Maybe the cart got sent somewhere. Nope, the cart's still there. It's parked. I can see it. Come on, up. She went to break bread. Because that was the easier option, I guess. Looks like I need to harvest some eggs. I don't want him buying eggs. Or fish, or vegetables, because it decreases my profit margins. Same thing for fruits. So I try to keep all of those stocked manually, until I can own enough property to grow all these farms myself. Because all this stuff you can buy docks, do fish, you can do vegetables, fruits, the barley and the wheat. You can get a mill, and you can start the whole cycle of everything I need to function this. I can run, but you have to have the right level of social status before you can buy the additional buildings. So I'm still not kicking that guy's butt. I'm at 24,000. He's at 30,000. Damn him. Positions of power. Still waiting on the election. I'm trying to get the town reeve because I can declare people outlaws. This would be a cool position for me to have, because if somebody starts burning down my businesses, I can just declare them an outlaw. And hopefully just get them kicked out, which would be awesome. So I'm going to keep applying for that and she actually works for me, by the way, in the bakery, and she's in love with me, which is odd. But once she's out of there, I'm in, and she's 50. I'm 19. Odds are in my favor. So, oh, anything else I can show you? The church, that's kind of cool. You can visit the orphans periodically. You can look for kids there. I talked about that. You can adopt anytime. You can enter the church, which also has 2 views. There's 1 and 2. There's a place to sleep. And then there's this area. With him, there's some options in here. You can, I can't remember what they are. I'd have to bring him over here, but I don't want to disturb him right now. But you can experiment with that on your own. But there are some things you can do within that building. Don't really want to get into religion. Learning. There's a place to learn. That's usually out where you send your kids. I know there's some additional features, but for the life of me, I can't remember if you can own one or you can work at one. I've never seen the option. I do look at find jobs periodically. I've never seen it come up, so I'm not sure. And I'm not going to waste buying a plot just to go find out. And then, can you have 2 in one town? I don't know. I guess it would operate like a school. Who knows? I just teach all the skills that I know to other people or family members. And then sometimes I'll teach some to other people to try to increase my reputation with them. That's an important part to bring up. Sometimes if you want to buy a property, say I want to buy this ale house, and I have enough funds, and I click on buy, that bad boy is $8,000. Forget that one. That's not a bad example. Say I want to buy this house. I want to start another rental property, which I haven't even talked about yet, but I did cover in the first one. The owner won't sell you the house because he doesn't know you well enough. So you actually have to find out who this person is and get your friendship level to a 50 with them. So good luck with that. Because these are every plot is full in town. All the new plots are in the wilderness. But it's only been 1 full year turn cycle, or 1 full year within my game, because I have it so slow. You can play it much faster. You can have 1 cycle being, I think, up to 5 years. I can't remember. You have to watch my first video. But it's you can make it fast or you can make it long term. It's up to you. Happy to say all the upgrades that that Jamie's done have been fully functional with saves. He does collect saves on Steam for like crashes and things like that. I don't remember if there's a ticket or submit something in here. I don't think so. But he's responding to Steam every day now. So, people are dropping in to check out Saelig. Again, if you have any questions, feel free to ask. I can't think of everything. I still don't have the buff I want to go work the... Remember, he's night shift. We're getting low on eggs, so I'm going to have him go over here and farm some eggs. Just because I don't want them to start buying eggs. There's 3 days left of summer, and then it goes to autumn and then winter. Which in the first video, the entire video was shot in the winter. Which kind of sucked. I'll speed up time. He's still working on getting his skill level up. It's not as good as fishing. But it's still pretty fast. Just watching time versus how rested I can get. Looks like selling him or working him in the trading house tonight's going to be a wash. But I'm going to fill all his slots with eggs and take him back to the bakery. And the next business I'm going to start is going to be, I'm going to try to buy out one of the farms. And then I'm going to turn my rental property, which I have set up. I'm going to turn that rental property, and I know the guy will probably hate me. But I'm going to turn this into a mill to process the farmed goods, wheat and flour into, or wheat and barley into the flours for each one. That trading post, by the way, is also a small plot, in case you were interested. All right, his inventory is full. Slow down time. And we will send him to the bakery. He's running. Hurry up. There we go. And no, I don't want the cart. I want the bakery. Thank you. And we'll just drop all this off in here. And we're good. Now we need to go fish. And he will be done. I just basically right click on the water with him selected and tell him to go fishing. And it'll do the same thing. He will fish. And I'm running out of time. I'm going to be dead tired. Yeah, I'm going to miss the whole night shift for the trading post, but that's okay. We're still at 2,800. We're doing okay. And there went the wages for all my employees, so funds are good there. Also check on my house just to make sure we've got enough food. You can hit the restack right here on this button. It'll restack everything. Try to keep about 30 or 40 fish in there. I'm now hungry, which is not a problem, because I can just eat my own catch. And he's fed again. Eating raw fish, that's awesome. Love it. I'll fill up his inventory. We'll run the fish over there. His fishing skill is 100. That's why you don't see it increasing. And then we'll send him back over to the bakery. Paused. All right. And that will be it for him. He's about to pass out. All right. So we got it to 43. That's pretty good for now. And 53 eggs. And the cart can do the rest. He buys meat, he buys meat. I try to shoot deer, as that was the other thing I wanted to do during the evening. Is gather some more meat and butcher it, but I'm not gonna have enough time. So I'll just go ahead and send him back here and tell him to sleep. And we'll speed up time and it'll go into the next day. And it's been 50 minutes. Long videos are hard to parse. I know I certainly would not want to sit around and watch a 50-minute video for one answer. But I do the best I can. So that's broken up. That's kind of where I'm at this stage. I won't shoot another episode until I get get multiple businesses going. And see how everything interacts. If it's working, I kind of point out some workarounds I found or some tricks to hopefully help you in your gaming if you just bought the game. Well, anyway, that was part 2. I appreciate everybody for watching. And where in the heck? I want to go back in the house. As always, thanks for watching, and we'll see you next time. Take care. Later.